Okay, we're going to go ahead and get right on into this review. Episode 10. Now, I usually, the past 2 or 3 weeks, I have been logging on to Discovery Plus on Friday morning, and I would try to watch the show, record my show, and edit it so I can have it up the same night. Well, apparently OWN or Discovery Plus, I don't know, OWN must have got the Discovery Plus. I don't know what happened, but they didn't upload the episode early this time. It's usually there by midnight on the night before, and they didn't do it this time, so we all had to wait until it aired. Which, fine, whatever. So it got a little heated in this episode. This was the ending. They were wrapping up the retreat. So we all know Tori goes home. So Tommy tells them to go enjoy the rest of the trip. Mind you, Tina's still not there. So Sabrina has 2 connections left, the 2 Ds, the battle of the Ds, Demetrius and Donovan. And so she is like all, telling Demetrius that she needs to see more from him. He says that he not giving nobody 100% unless he already their man. So he don't care that other dudes might be doing it, but you're not going to get 100% from him before you tell him that he's your man. So that might not work for Sabrina, which is why I really think Sabrina is going to choose herself. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Stranger things have happened, but we will see what happens. So then there's a hot tub scene with Donovan and Carmen, and they getting all close and they vibing. It looks like they have really good chemistry. One of the things that people are saying about Carmen is that Carmen has a tendency to put down other women. You know what I mean? Like she said that she thinks Sabrina's a good girl, but then she was like, but I'm a better woman. It's like, some of those comments may not be necessary. I mean, sometimes it might be true, but I don't know. They seem to have caught her saying stuff like that a lot, and they're playing up on it because they're showing it to us. So, I don't know. So then the kid and Clifton finally have a moment to talk on the couch, and she tells him exactly how she feels, and she would have rather him, giving her a conversation before she had to see it in front of her face. And so he apologized, and then they hugged on the couch. It was kind of like a little 10-second cuddle or whatever, but it was like, and then she got emotional, and then she ends up leaving, and she goes like walking outside to the backyard and stuff like that. But I mean, that's how you handle it as a grown-up though. Like, you can't be mad at the other connection. It is what it is. And I understand her point of, you should have just told me. Even though, everybody says it was obvious, sometimes you can't rely on other people's understanding. You have to just be forward about it. So, but he did apologize for that, so that was what's up. So then Clifton and Joy and Demetrius and Sabrina are in the hot tub, and they all vibing as well. Clifton looks like a weight has been lifted off his shoulders because he's already had the conversation with the kid, and now he can just completely focus on Joy. So then we see like Donovan and Carmen been vibing this weekend or whatever, and then we see everybody saw that scene where somebody was getting in the bunk bed with somebody. Well, it was Carmen and Donovan. So the next morning, they all, in the kitchen, they're making breakfast. They're saying good morning. It seems like it looks like it's the last day, and they're about to pack up to leave, and Tina pulls up and shows up. But I don't know what really happened in this conversation, because the way that they put it together and presented it to us, it's like she didn't say much of anything. Like, even when she went to go talk to Donovan, it was just kind of like, fadoop. It was like, I don't know what really happened in that conversation, because she did give off the vibe that she just was not feeling none of them or whatever. So I don't know if it was just a crazy editing job or what really happened, but we already know that she removed herself from the process because she said it was toxic. But I don't know. That was just kind of like a waste of a drive wherever they had to go. Maybe somebody told her to still come. I don't know. You know how production moves in this show, so we never know. But when she asked Donovan to go for a walk, they ended up going to sit and talk on the bed that him and Carmen was just sleeping in. I thought that was hilarious. Like, why wouldn't they just go outside and enjoy some of the scenery outside? That just didn't make sense to me. And then Donovan was straight real with her. He was like, well, I'm gonna be honest with you, and you're not in good standing with none of the guys. So she's like, that's fine. So I'm like, why even show up? But then, like I said, somebody could have said, listen, you have to show up, at least make an appearance. So that's kind of how it seemed too. But she was real nonchalant about it. So Paul was like, I don't even need to talk to her. I'm just going to cut my losses right now. So then I just want to point to you guys' attention. Clifton and Joy had multiple onesies, okay? Because they had other onesies on. I'm telling you, onesies is just the thing when you go to adult sleepovers. Like, come on, guys. Get yourself some onesies. So then Tina goes and sits outside. Carmen goes to talk to her to make sure that she's all right. But Tina ends up telling her the only person she really still likes here is Donovan. And I hate to tell her, but she's telling the wrong goddamn person because Carmen do not care and she will not be relaying that message. So now we have Sabrina, who has Donovan and Demetrius as her connections. Then we have Carmen, who has Donovan also as her connection. Then we have Zakia, who has Paul as her connection. And of course, Joy and Clifton. Now, I don't know. I'm just saying Sabrina's probably going to end up choosing neither one of them, and Carmen is probably going to end up with Donovan, which I think already happened, but we shall see how it plays out. So then Dakia and Paul go on a solo date, which it looks like they had a good time or whatever, but I'm not feeling chemistry on this date. I don't know. I did like Dakia's black dress. She was wearing that. Paul did remember what kind of wine Dakia drinks, so he scored some points for that. I don't know, it just seems like they had like a good date, but it wasn't no like poof poof sparks flying. But Paul knows exactly what to say. I'm telling y'all, Cat Daddy Paul Cat Daddy P.O. know exactly what to say to the ladies, okay? So then Clifton and Joy go on a solo date, and Joy jumps into his arms when she arrives, and like you can just tell that they are both just so happy that they've gotten to this point. Howsoever, whichever, whatever, however you say it. I don't really know if I like Clifton's answers. You know what I mean? Like Joyce asking him, where do we go from here? Like what happens after this? And he says, we're going to continue to be consistent and see where the road takes us. Maybe he said more and that's just what they played, but I don't like that answer. That answer just seems like we just about to go with the flow, which going with the flow is good sometimes, but in this situation, y'all have been so intentional on being each other's connection. I'm gonna need you to be making other plans other than we're gonna see where the road takes us. No. Anyway, I digress. It's not my relationship. That's just what I'm seeing as a viewer, and that's my feelings. You know what I mean? I still fuck with Clifton and Joy though. And like they both talk about how in tune with each other they are, and how it's more than like they damn near said they damn near looked like they wanted to tell each other they loved each other. So then they have the group brunch with everybody, and Tommy sits them down, and this is when all the drama started to come out. I really again would like to know how this whole conversation went, because it looks like it was spicy. Okay. They talked about Tina showing up late, and Tommy said he was going to talk to her. So then Tommy's like, where's everyone at? Like, I want to see where everyone is. Like, and so they all start talking about, where they are with their connection. Paul starts talking about how his connection is Carmen and Dakia, and he ends up saying that he don't think that Carmen is intentional because she always just wants to talk about him and his connections. And he like, don't worry about what's going on over here. Just worry about me and you. Which, honestly, that's how I be too. Like, clearly, Carmen is offended because she comes back and starts to say that Paul said that he needs his woman to look a certain type of way, and she was insinuating that he was saying that the kid wasn't it. And so the kid has a look on her face, which I don't know how they edited all this shit together, but because okay, let me just go back. That part where Sabrina and Demetrius were standing in the I guess in the dining room, and he was holding her hands and rubbing her thumbs, and Carmen and Joy and Dakia were sitting on the couch watching them, right? Well, in that instance, they got up and left, but as soon as can I help you? Say hi to the people. Come on, say hi to the people. Go, you don't want to say hi to the people? Say hi to the people. Give them a little head nod. Say hi. Say hi. High five. Okay, get down. Bye-bye. Anyway, back to that scene. When he was standing there rubbing her hands, and Carmen, Dakia, and Joy were sitting on the couch, as soon as they got up to walk, they showed a clip of Donovan like with this look on his face, like he was watching them at that moment, which I guarantee you he was not watching them at that moment, because Carmen was right beside him in that shot and she was sitting on the couch with Jordan the kid. So they just like meshed that together to make it look like Donovan was watching that too, when he wasn't even there. He wasn't even in the room at that time. At least they didn't show it. At least the clip that they showed of him looking, he wasn't looking at them. Anyway, so back to this conversation, which is like, I don't know how much they cut out or whatever, but the kid ends up interjecting and saying that she don't believe a word that comes out of Carmen's mouth. She don't trust her. She believes Paul. And so then they have a back and forth. And I said this in another situation. Oh, in the last season where all the women were bickering, where some of the women were bickering at the table or whatever. Men don't like that. A lot of men don't like that. Like, they don't like to see that. You know what I mean? And so they weren't pleased. They thought it was childish. And so, I mean, the kid called Carmen bitter. And, you know, so it's like this. Carmen, can I help you? What do you want? Let's get down. How about that? Bye-bye. So, okay. Carmen was talking to the kid as if she wasn't as fly as she was, or she didn't meet her standards for fly, sexy, and attractive, I guess. And that's crazy to me because, like, for one, everybody has their own flex. And everybody has their own, like, sort of swag. And so somebody's looking for your look and somebody is looking for her look. You never know what a man might be attracted to because you're not a man. So as a woman, it just behooves you not to try to compare your level of swag or thought of swag to somebody else's, because you never know who is going to be attracted to that. And if you're not trying to date them, why do you care? Why would you even spend time pointing that out? It kind of makes you look a little shallow when you do stuff like that. You know what I mean? So that is one of the main things that is being said about Carmen right now. And, you know, we don't know these people personally, so, you know, we just have to take it with a grain of salt. But they are playing up the fact that she talks about other people's looks and the fact that they have real hair and stuff all the time. So I don't know. But ladies out there, be you and your beautiful self, and somebody is going to be attracted to the vibe that you have. Don't worry about what some other woman thinks. Like, women get dressed for other women, which is crazy, because if you're not trying to pull a woman, what are you doing? I digress. So Sabrina's still saying that she thinks Donovan needs more time to heal. And I'm like, Sabrina, you don't really... How do you know that? I feel like Sabrina's making a mistake, because her and Donovan, I think, would have really had a great connection. I think that if she was able to get out of... I think that, okay, at a point in the process, you know... Okay. At a point in this process, it seems like some people, and this happened on other seasons too, at a point in the process, it seems like some people end up taking it so serious that they're not even remembering that everybody's human, like they want us to remember when we're reviewing it, but everybody's human and nobody is going to be 100% perfect. So, you know, it's not like they had to get married after this. They just had to pick a person to explore, you know, whether there could be a connection after this. So, I feel like she made a mistake not trying to work on that connection with Donovan. I think that Demetrius was never a go for her, because I just think she should have went with Donovan, but she didn't. She said that she thinks that Donovan, she's not sure if Donovan's done healing. Donovan says that Sabrina snapped at him off camera and told him that he will go home just like the last one. Sabrina said he lying. So I don't know, like, it's a lot of he say she say in this jump, and it looks like a lot of them probably left with bad taste in their mouth after that. After that sit down group brunch. So then Tommy, they show Tommy going to meet up with Tina, and then they show Tommy calling Tina and Tina not answering, and then he says that he waited over an hour for her and she never showed up. So that was kind of messed up, but I mean, she left nephew Tommy hanging. But who knows? Maybe she had conversations or whatever that leaded up to that they should have known. Or maybe they put that together after she had already left the place. who knows? So then next week, the men have to introduce the women to their families. So that should be interesting. I can't wait to see how everything goes. So the couples we have now are Carmen and Donovan, Joy and Clifton, Paul and Dakia, and Sabrina and nobody, because I think that it's not going to work with Demetrius, and she's already kind of turned Donovan off. So I don't know, but we'll see. Thank you for watching this video. We're getting close to the reunion. Anyway, like, share, subscribe. Tell me in the comments below what you thought about this episode. Do you think that Sabrina's gonna choose herself, or is she gonna choose Demetrius? I don't know. Comment below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.